And listen, there's a lot happening on this side of the border. I know you all think you have all the action down in America.
No, I do not. I do not think that.
Okay, we sometimes think we do, but listen, we are starting with big news, everybody. The spying scandal that is shocking sports fans here and around the world. The Canadian women's soccer team is accused of spying on New Zealand with drones just the day before their gold medal defense at the Paris Olympics. So head coach Bev Priestman, she has taken responsibility, she's apologized, but she also will not be with the team coaching them tomorrow for that opening match against New Zealand. She's pulled herself away from that match. So this is causing ripples everywhere because we have reputations of being really nice and we don't cheat. So what's your reaction to this?
I mean, this is a huge scandal and it's really gonna leave a stain on the Canadian soccer world. Maybe Canadian athletes all around, at least for a time. I mean, I'll just say that right out of the gate, when I was hearing about this, apparently there were a bunch of drones floating around, and a lot of them were from people who wanted to get pictures of athletes. They were just fans. And then my first question was like, how did they know that it was the Canadian drone? Did it have a Canadian flag on it? I'm just curious about the intel.
That would be such a Canadian thing to do,
right?
wouldn't it?
It does. We're proud, right? So, but I mean, you know, all jokes aside, this is a really serious. I just can't imagine how the players are feeling today because they didn't have anything to do with this.
Yeah.
The players on both teams. And going into this game, it remains to be seen what's going to happen next.
Yeah, I feel for the players because this is going to be very embarrassing, especially if they have to face the media. No one wants to deal with that. But I think we should put things in perspective. This is embarrassing, but let's be clear. This is not doping. This is not someone getting hit in the shins just before their performance. Nancy Kerrigan, remember that? This is, right? This is not people being poisoned, food poisoning, which has happened in a lot of teams just before a final match. There's been worse things that have happened. But let's be real. In sports, you're always looking for an advantage, and this is nothing new. There are so many examples. Like the World Cup in 2022, Qatar actually got penalized because they were doing the same thing. They were drone spying, right? And then we cannot forget the New England Patriots had one of their videographers taping the New York Jets coaching signals, which ended up costing the team $750,000 in fines, and they lost out on the first draft pick in 2008. There's so many examples in so many sports. Formula One, MLB, oh my gosh, what team hasn't spied on another team? It's so common, but I think we have to keep things in perspective. It's gonna be really rough, but I think there's also something that's going on. North American teams for so long have always been at the forefront of sports, and now they've always felt like they could always beat those smaller countries because everybody's gonna be asking, well, why are you spying on them? What's so special about this team?
New Zealand's ranked 28th in the world.
Exactly, so why are you spying on them? And I think what we're seeing is that the playing field is being leveled because just this week, Team USA basketball in a training game actually lost to South Sudan, a team that no one was thinking about. Almost lost by 1 point. And I think we're seeing a leveling, so they do feel like they have to keep an eye on all competition.
Yeah, what do you think, Emily? I mean, it's not very Canadian of us.
Until proven guilty.
Ah.
I like
mean,
that
it's
too.
alleged as a former attorney, I choose to believe that Canada did not do this.
So do you think that we apologize?
We like that approach.
It wasn't.
I mean, I do think that the whole nice Canadian thing. I mean, it's alleged and it's one person. Again, I shouldn't be a stain on the whole team. These athletes have worked so hard and their families have sacrificed so much, and they're part of a large as you said, all of Canadian soccer. So I hate to think. I think we just brush it under the.
I love that you're taking that. Thank you for saying that, because the one thing that surprised me about this story was how quick, and again, so Canadian, how quick it seemed that we apologized. Now, I'm not saying that we don't need to apologize. The guy who is alleged to have done this is not even an accredited member of the team. I feel like this is a guy who went rogue, had a fancy new toy, and was like, let me take it for a spin. So the fact that we're wearing it, why? You know? They're not, I mean, listen, they're 28. They're 28. The question is, why would we be spying on them? But yes, apologize. But this guy was not a member of the team. So I think we should also distance ourselves from him and be like, we are about fair play. Who's this guy? Throw him away.
Well, I got your back, Canada.
Thank you.
Hey there, what did you think? Drop your comments below and join the conversation. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can find more on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. See you soon.